What if the darkest parts of you, the ones you've hidden away, ashamed to even acknowledge, hold the key to your life's true purpose? Carl Jung, one of history's most brilliant minds, believed exactly that. In his words, "As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being." When we look at legends like Jung, Sigmund Freud, Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, William Shakespeare, or Nelson Mandela, it's easy to feel small. Their lives seem so monumental. How could ours ever compare? But Jung flips that on its head. He says purpose isn't about what you achieve. It's about who you are and how you live. Today we're diving deep into Jung's philosophy to uncover how your dark side, your shadow, can reveal the meaning you've been searching for. If you're ready to face your hidden self and ignite that light of purpose, hit that like button to join me on this journey, and let's dive in. Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst born in 1875 and passing in 1961, founded analytical psychology after a dramatic split from Freud. His philosophy, often called Jungian philosophy, reshaped how we understand the human psyche. He wrote iconic books like Psychology of the Unconscious, Man and His Symbols, The Archetypes and the Collective Unconscious, Modern Man in Search of a Soul, The Psychology of the Transference, Memories, Dreams, Thoughts, and the Relations Between the Ego and the Unconscious. Works that still inspire us today. Jung saw the psyche as a vast landscape. The ego at the center of our conscious awareness, surrounded by the unconscious where the shadow, our dark side, lurks with repressed traits and emotions. Unlike universal goals, Jung believed your purpose is unique, hidden in that shadow, waiting to be uncovered. Let's explore 5 transformative steps to find it, straight from Jung's philosophy. Step 1. Get to know your darkness. Jung said, "Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart." Who looks outside? Dreams. Who looks inside? Awakes. Ever feel like you know yourself well? Your strengths, weaknesses, likes, dislikes? Maybe you're tempted to jump straight to finding your purpose. But Jung insists on self-realization. First, a process that demands facing your unconscious. The shadow holds what you've buried, maybe anger, envy, or hobbies you're embarrassed about, like a secret love for cheesy reality TV. These traits are so repressed you barely notice them. Instead, you lean into your persona, the mask you wear to fit in, like being the chill friend at a Brooklyn bar or the perfect employee on Zoom calls. Reconnecting with your shadow takes effort. Jung called this shadow work. Reflecting on your behavior, thoughts, and feelings daily. Grab a journal or meditate, asking, "Why did I snap at my coworker? Did that feel like me? What's my gut instinct when I'm stressed? If roles were reversed, how would I feel?" It's like interrogating a stranger, except that stranger is you. Jung warns not to identify with these traits, just acknowledge them. If your shadow holds impatience, you're not an impatient person. You're a person who feels impatience sometimes. Here's a twist. Your shadow often shows up in how you judge others. Ever get annoyed at a friend's selfishness? Jung calls this projection, seeing in others what you fear in yourself. A California influencer might judge fake people online, only to realize they're hiding their own insecurities behind curated posts. Each day, take 10 minutes to journal these reflections. Ask, do I share this trait I dislike? Why does it bother me? This brings the unconscious into light, a lifelong habit to keep discovering who you truly are and get closer to your purpose. Step 2. Work on yourself. Jung declared, "I don't aspire to be a good man. I aspire to be a whole man." Facing your shadow can be brutal. You might feel worse at first, suddenly aware of your bad traits like laziness or envy. In the US, we're taught to suppress these. Think of the hustle harder culture where admitting you're tired feels like failure. But Jung knew repression backfires. Ignore your anger and it explodes during a family Thanksgiving dinner. Bury your laziness and you crash with burnout after a 60-hour work week. The key? Integrate, don't ignore. Your shadow isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Anger can help you stand up for yourself when a friend crosses a line. Envy might push you to chase that dream job in Seattle you've been eyeing. Laziness can signal you need rest to avoid burnout. Ask, when is it okay to feel this emotion? When should I hold back? This isn't about labeling traits as good or bad. It's about balance. A single mom in Chicago might realize her impatience makes her proactive in advocating for her kids at school, but she learns to temper it during their bedtime routine. Integration makes you whole, authentic, harmonious, and ready to uncover your purpose. It's ongoing shadow work. Each discovery about your dark side equips you to understand what you truly want from life, adding meaning with every step. Step 3. Take action. Jung's wisdom cuts deep. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Knowing yourself is only a half the battle. Your purpose lives in action, not thoughts. In the US, we often live reactively, waiting for life to happen. Maybe you wait for friends to reach out, for that promotion to land in your lap, or for purpose to magically appear. Jung says no, initiate, don't wait. Start by asking big questions. What do I believe in, spiritually, morally, personally? How do I act daily? What do I want this year or in 5 years? How can I contribute to the world? Journal or meditate on these. A New York barista might realize she values creativity and wants to write a novel. But instead of waiting for inspiration, she sets a goal. Write 500 words daily, even on tough days. She seeks writing groups in the city, attends workshops, and pitches to agents. Action over excuses. Maybe your purpose isn't career-driven. A Texas dad might want to inspire the next generation. He could volunteer as a coach, start a mentorship program, or advocate for better schools. The key is to act on your values, not just dream about them. Sitting back keeps you stuck. Action fuels meaning. Step 4. Embrace fear. Jung warned, where your fear is, there is your task. Why do we avoid action? Fear. Writing that novel risks rejection. Mentoring kids risks failure. Every step forward carries a what if that paralyzes us. In the US, we're often taught to push fear down. Think of the fearless entrepreneur stereotype. But Jung says face it, don't flee it. When fear strikes, pause and reflect. What am I scared of? What could go wrong? How can I prepare? If you're pitching a business idea in Miami, you might fear rejection. Prepare by researching investors, practicing your pitch, and planning for a no. Don't spiral into unlikely scenarios like, what if they laugh at me? Focus on what's realistic. Fear never fully disappears, so once you've prepared, dive in. Bravery isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. That Miami pitch might lead to a yes or a lesson that fuels your next try. Either way, facing fear lights the path to meaning. Step 5. Accept the bad. Jung reminds us, even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. You've explored your shadow, improved yourself, taken action, and faced fear. Does that guarantee a perfect life? Nope. Influential people like Jung faced immense hardships because they took risks. A perfect life isn't meaningful. It's the interplay of light and dark that gives it depth. When bad things happen, reframe them. A failed job interview in LA isn't the end. It makes your next success sweeter. A rejected manuscript teaches resilience. Each setback reveals more about your shadow and strengths. That LA rejection might show you are more determined than you thought, pushing you to refine your skills. Jung believed meaning isn't in the achievement, it's in the journey. Whether you publish that book or not, the act of writing, risking, and growing makes your life uniquely meaningful. Take that LA job rejection, for instance. Imagine you're a graphic designer who poured weeks into a portfolio, only to hear a polite no from a trendy startup in Hollywood. At first it stings, self-doubt creeps in, and you might wonder if you'll ever break into the industry. But Jung would urge you to pause and look deeper. That rejection isn't a dead end, it's a mirror reflecting your shadow. Maybe it uncovers a hidden fear of failure you've buried, or a perfectionist streak that made you overthink your designs. Instead of wallowing, use it as fuel. Sign up for an online course to sharpen your skills, join a local art meetup in your city, say Austin or Portland, and share your work. Each step forward, even if it's messy, builds resilience, showing you're tougher than you knew. That's where meaning hides, not in the job offer, but in the grit it took to keep going. Or consider the rejected manuscript. Picture a writer in Seattle typing late into the night, dreaming of seeing their novel on a bookstore shelf. After months of querying, the emails pile up. Not for us. It's crushing, especially in a culture that celebrates overnight success stories on TikTok. But Jung's lens shifts the focus. That rejection might reveal a shadow trait like impatience, wanting instant validation, or a buried insecurity about your voice. Don't let it define you. Let it refine you. Rewrite a chapter, seek feedback from a writing group, or enter a small contest to build confidence. The process of persisting, even through no, crafts a narrative of growth that's uniquely yours. Whether that book ever hits the shelves, the meaning lies in the courage to create, the late nights, the vulnerability, qualities that shape who you are. Every setback is a teacher. A missed promotion in Chicago might expose a shadow of self-doubt you've ignored, pushing you to network more or upskill. A failed relationship in Miami could uncover a tendency to avoid conflict, urging you to practice honest communication. These moments aren't failures. They're invitations to integrate your shadow. Jung saw life as a dance between light and dark. Without the stumbles, the triumphs lose their weight. A young entrepreneur in Denver might lose a pitch to investors, only to realize their passion for the idea grows stronger. That realization fuels a pivot, maybe a crowdfunding campaign or a leaner prototype, turning defeat into a stepping stone. The meaning emerges from the action, the risk, the learning, not the outcome. This perspective challenges the American obsession with winning. We're bombarded with Instagram highlights, perfect careers, flawless families, making us feel like we're falling short if we're not there yet. But Jung flips the script. There is no there. A single mom in Atlanta might struggle to balance work and parenting, missing a big project deadline. The guilt could crush her, but reframing it, she sees it taught her to set boundaries and lean on her community. That's not failure, that's purpose unfolding. Each challenge adds a layer to your story, making it richer, more authentic. Jung's idea that meaning comes from the journey, not the destination, resonates deeply in a culture chasing milestones. Graduation, marriage, a six-figure salary. A college student in Boston might flunk a semester fearing they'll never graduate, but that setback might reveal a shadow of procrastination or a need for better study habits. Tackling it, joining a study group, seeking a tutor, builds character, even if the grades take time to climb. The diploma matters less than the self-discovery. A retiree in Phoenix might face health issues, feeling their productive years are over. Yet volunteering at a local shelter could uncover a shadow of loneliness turned into connection, giving their days new purpose. To make this practical, try this. After every setback, journal for 15 minutes. Ask, what did this reveal about me? How can I use it? A New Orleans chef whose restaurant review flops might find a shadow of pride, prompting a humbler approach to feedback. Adjusting recipes based on criticism, even if it stings, builds resilience and skill. The meaning isn't in the Michelin star, it's in the craft, the adaptation, the persistence. This habit turns every no into a lesson, every fall into a rise. Jung's life embodies this. After his painful break with Freud, he faced isolation, losing friends and his medical post. Yet he turned that darkness into analytical psychology, a legacy that thrives today. His books, written through personal turmoil, weren't about fame. They were about understanding the human soul. A musician in Nashville might get dropped by a label, but writing songs from that pain could birth a breakthrough track. The projection fuels the art, not the other way around. This journey never ends. As you grow, new shadows emerge. A promotion might reveal a fear of leadership. A move to a new city might uncover homesickness. Each time, reframe it. A tech worker in San Francisco laid off during a downturn might see it as a chance to pivot to a passion like coding games, discovering a hidden talent. The meaning isn't the paycheck, it's the courage to reinvent. A teacher in Detroit facing a tough class might find their shadow holds impatience, leading to new classroom strategies that inspire students. That's purpose, woven into the struggle. Even small setbacks count. Missing a workout goal might show a shadow of distraction, pushing you to create a better routine. A delayed flight in Atlanta might reveal irritability, teaching patience as you chat with a stranger. These moments, often dismissed, are threads in your unique tapestry. Jung believed the interplay of good and bad, success and failure, gives life its depth. A farmer in Iowa losing a crop to drought might find meaning in community support, turning loss into connection. Without the dark, the light loses its shine. This reframing builds resilience, a trait Jung saw as central to purpose. A young activist in Portland might face pushback on a climate campaign, uncovering a shadow of doubt. Persisting, adjusting the approach, rallying support, turns adversity into impact. The cause isn't just the goal, it's the growth along the way. A nurse in Houston working double shifts during a crisis might burn out, revealing a shadow of overgiving. Learning to rest recharges her, making her care even more effective. Meaning isn't in the heroics, it's in the balance. Culturally, this clashes with the US. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, myth. We're told to hide weakness, but Jung says embrace it. A salesperson in Dallas losing a big client might see a shadow of fear of rejection, prompting sales training or a new pitch style. The lost deal fades. The learned skill endures. A student in Minneapolis failing a test might uncover a shadow of avoidance, leading to better study habits. The grade recovers, but the self-awareness lasts. Jung's wisdom invites gratitude for the bad. A couple in Orlando facing infertility might find their shadow holds grief, but adopting or fostering reveals a strength in love. The pain shapes the joy. A mechanic in Tucson whose shop struggles might see a shadow of pride, opening to partnerships that save the business. Meaning isn't the profit, it's the humility and collaboration. Keep this alive. After every challenge, celebrate the lesson. A baker in Savannah whose cake flops at a wedding might find a shadow of rushing, slowing down to perfect the recipe. The next event shines, but the meaning is in the craft. A gamer in Colorado losing a tournament might uncover a shadow of overconfidence, training harder to win next time. The trophy matters less than the growth. Jung's life proves this. His struggles, personal and professional, lit the path to his philosophy. Your setbacks, big or small, do the same. Keep acting, keep discovering, and let every dark moment kindle your light of meaning. Share your story below. How have setbacks shaped you? Like this video to spread this insight, and subscribe for more ways to uncover your purpose. Your journey is just beginning.